Adonis.js makes use of the JavaScript standard style to style and format its code. To make sure we conform to the convention of the framework, let's set up VS Code to also make use of the JavaScript standard style to style and format our code automatically. First, we need to install the JavaScript standard style extension for VS Code. Once that is installed, we also need to install standard globally or locally in our project. In our case, we will be installing it globally. Once installed, we can close this out. The last thing we need to do is disable the built-in VS Code validator inside our settings. Then we'll set it to false. Now we can use the standard style to style and format our code. Let's try removing the space here and adding column. As you can see, we are getting some warning indicating that we are not following the standard convention, such as missing space before function parenthesis, as well as extra semicolon. Since this is just a couple of errors, we can either manually fix them, or we can allow standard format it automatically when we save. I'm going to head back to the settings and add a new setting, which will be standard.autofix on save, and we'll set it to true. Now, as soon as I save this file, the file will be formatted automatically. As you can see, notice we are still getting error on the Adonis use method, because as far as standard is concerned, it is not defined anywhere. There are a couple of ways we can go around this. The simplest is to disable the error on this line using ESLint-disable-line. Then the name of the rule we want to disable, which is no undefined. Now the warning is gone. We can duplicate this here as well. But this is not the best of a solution, because we can have multiple instances where we make use of the use method. Another solution is to add the use method as a global. We can add it to the beginning of the file like this. Now we don't get the error just as before, but now every instance of the use method will be ignored. While this is better than the previous solution, but again, this has its own drawback. As you can imagine, we will have multiple files where we make use of the use method, and having to stick this to the beginning of all the files isn't the best approach. So what we could do is get it out of here and add it inside the package.json file. Like this. Now the warnings are gone and we get to make use of the use method however we like.